After 60, avoid these 5 silent health killers. Early signs you must know. And one morning you wake up just like any other. You get out of bed, maybe stretch a little, head to the kitchen for your coffee. Everything feels normal, and then it happens. Your chest tightens, your breath catches, or maybe you feel a strange numbness in your arm. Or perhaps you suddenly can't speak clearly. It hits fast. No warning. This isn't something that only happens to other people. It's happening quietly in bodies like yours right now. Because here's the truth, after 60, some of the most dangerous health threats don't scream at you. They whisper. They creep in slowly, hiding behind fatigue, forgetfulness, or even just aches and pains you chalk up to getting older. But what if I told you those signs? The ones you might be ignoring could be your body crying out for help. That's exactly what we're talking about today. In this video, we'll go over 5 silent health killers that affect millions of seniors and how they often fly under the radar until it's too late. These are not rare conditions. In fact, they're so common. You might already be living with one and not even know it. Now, before we go further, I want to be clear. This isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to empower you, because knowledge is power, and when you know what to look for, you have the chance, the real, honest chance, to stop these threats in their tracks. So let's start with the first silent danger. That could be affecting your health right now.
Dehydration, yes.
Something as simple as not drinking enough water can lead to confusion, dizziness even, hospitalization in seniors. And the worst part? Many people don't realize how much their hydration needs change as they age. You see, as we get older, our sense of thirst actually dulls. That means by the time you feel thirsty, your body may already be dehydrated. And dehydration doesn't just make you tired. It can raise your blood pressure, impair kidney function, and even mimic symptoms of dementia. I remember hearing about a man named Frank, who was 72. He started forgetting things, appointments, names, even where he put his keys. His family got worried. He saw a doctor, and after a few tests, they discovered the problem wasn't his brain. It was his hydration levels. Once he started drinking more water throughout the day, his clarity came back almost overnight. That's the power of awareness. So how do you stay ahead of this? Well, first, don't wait until you're thirsty. Set reminders on your phone. Keep a glass of water by your favorite chair, or try infusing your water with fruit to make it more enjoyable. Small changes, really small, can make a world of difference. Now, moving on to another silent but serious issue that affects seniors. More than most people realize. High blood pressure. You've probably heard of it before. But did you know that high blood pressure often has no symptoms at all? That's why doctors call it the silent killer. Left unchecked, it can lead to heart attacks, strokes, and kidney damage, all without you ever feeling sick. The tricky thing is, many seniors assume their blood pressure is fine because they feel okay. But the truth is, you won't always feel it when your blood pressure is rising. That's why regular checkups are crucial, especially after 60. And it's not just about popping a pill. There are natural ways to bring your numbers down. Things like reducing salt intake, staying active, and even managing stress through breathing, exercises, or light meditation. Let me tell you about Margaret, a viewer who wrote in after watching one of my videos. She was in her early 70s and had slightly elevated blood pressure. After making a few dietary changes, cutting back on processed foods and adding more potassium-rich vegetables, her next reading was completely within the healthy range. She was amazed. And she should be, because that kind of result is totally possible. Now, there's one more early warning sign I want to talk about before we move on. Chronic inflammation. You may have heard the word inflammation thrown around lately, especially in health news. But what does it really mean? In short, inflammation is your body's way of protecting itself from injury or infection. That's good in the short term. But when inflammation becomes chronic, it can start attacking your own tissues, leading to everything from joint pain to heart disease, and even cognitive decline. And the signs? They're subtle: fatigue, stiff joints, trouble sleeping, digestive issues. All things people often dismiss as just getting older, but they shouldn't be ignored. The good news? You can fight inflammation naturally through diet, movement, and even better, sleep habits. Adding anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric, leafy greens, and fatty fish into your meals can work wonders. So can staying mobile, even if it's just a daily walk or gentle stretching. So far, we've covered 3 of the top silent health dangers facing seniors today: dehydration, High blood pressure and chronic inflammation. These aren't just random topics. They're real, preventable issues that could be impacting your quality of life and possibly even shortening it without you realizing it. Now, let's keep going, because there are two more hidden dangers you need to know about. Sometimes it's the things we don't notice that end up doing the most damage. And when it comes to your health after 60, that couldn't be more true. So far, we've talked about dehydration, high blood pressure, and chronic inflammation. 3 silent threats that can sneak into your life unnoticed. But there are two more you need to know about because they're just as common and just as dangerous. Let's move on to number 4. Poor sleep. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I don't sleep as well as I used to. That's just part of getting older. And yes, sleep does change with age. But that doesn't mean poor sleep is normal or harmless. In fact, not getting enough quality rest can do serious harm over time. It weakens your immune system, increases inflammation, raises your risk for heart disease, and even affects your memory and mood. Think about how you feel after a bad night's sleep. You're groggy, irritable, maybe even forgetful. Now imagine living like that day after day. That's not just uncomfortable, it's damaging. And here's something else to consider. Long-term sleep problems have been linked to conditions like Alzheimer's and other forms of dementia. Your brain needs deep restorative sleep to clear out toxins and repair itself. Without it, those harmful substances can build up quietly over time. So what causes poor sleep in seniors? There are a few common culprits: pain, anxiety, medications, or even too much napping during the day. But one of the biggest issues is lifestyle habits. Things like watching TV in bed, drinking caffeine too late, or using electronic devices before bedtime can all interfere with your body's natural sleep rhythm. The good news? Just like the previous threats we talked about, this one can often be improved with small, consistent changes. Start by setting a regular bedtime and wake-up time, even on weekends. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Try to avoid screens at least an hour before bed, and instead read a book or listen to calming music. Some people also find that gentle stretching or breathing exercises help them unwind. Others benefit from limiting fluids before bed to reduce nighttime bathroom trips. And if you've tried all that and still struggle, don't suffer in silence. Talk to your doctor. There may be an underlying issue, like sleep apnea or restless leg syndrome, that can be treated effectively. Because here's the thing, sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And when you make it a priority, your body will thank you in more ways than one. Now let's talk about the 5th and final silent danger. Medication misuse. Yes, the very medicines that are meant to help us can sometimes do more harm than good, especially as we get older. As we age, our bodies process medications differently. What worked fine when you were 50 might start causing side effects at 70. And when you're taking multiple prescription, which many seniors are, the risks multiply. Here's a real-life example. I once met a woman named Doris who was feeling unusually dizzy and confused. She thought she was having early signs of dementia, but after reviewing her medications with her pharmacist, they found she was taking 2 drugs that interacted badly together. Once they adjusted her regimen, her symptoms disappeared completely. That's the power of paying attention. Common signs of medication problems include fatigue, confusion, stomach upset, balance issues, or even mood changes. But these symptoms are often mistaken for normal aging, which means they go unaddressed. So what can you do? First, always keep a complete list of every medication you take, including over-the-counter drugs, supplements, and herbal remedies. Bring that list to every doctor visit. Ask questions. If you're unsure why you're taking a certain pill, speak up. Second, never stop or change a medication without talking to your doctor first, even if you think it's not working. Some medications need to be tapered off slowly. Third, set reminders. Whether it's a pill organizer, a phone alarm, or a family member checking in, staying on top of your doses helps prevent mistakes. And finally, review your medications regularly. Every 6 months or so, sit down with your doctor or pharmacist and ask, do I still need all of these? Could any of them be causing side effects? Are there any interactions I should be aware of? Taking control of your medications isn't just about safety, it's about reclaiming your health. So let's recap what we've covered so far. We've gone over 5 silent health killers that affect seniors: dehydration, high blood pressure, chronic inflammation, poor sleep, and medication misuse. Each of these has subtle signs, Each can creep in without warning, and each has the potential to cause serious harm if ignored. But now that you know what to look for, you have the tools to protect yourself. And that brings us to the final part of this video, where we'll wrap everything up, give you some simple action steps you can start today, and remind you why taking care of your health now is one of the best investments you can make. So if you're ready to take the next step and learn how to turn this knowledge into lasting results, stay with me, because the best is yet to come. Let's take a moment to really let this sink in. You've just learned about 5 hidden health dangers that could be quietly affecting your life. Things like dehydration, high blood pressure, chronic inflammation, poor sleep, and medication misuse. These aren't rare or unlikely issues. They're real. They're common. And they often go unnoticed until something serious happens. But here's the powerful truth. Now that you know what to look for, you can do something about it. You don't have to wait for a crisis to make a change. You can start today with one small step, one simple habit, one mindful decision, and begin turning your health around. Maybe you'll start by drinking more water throughout the day. Or maybe you'll set an alarm to remind yourself to wind down before bed. Perhaps you'll sit down with your medicine cabinet and write out every pill you take, and then bring that list to your next doctor's appointment. These are not big, overwhelming tasks. They're quiet victories, the kind that add up over time and lead to longer, healthier, more vibrant years. I want you to picture yourself a year from now. If you take even one of these steps and stick with it, how much better might you feel? What could your energy levels be like? Your mood, your confidence? This is about more than just avoiding illness. It's about living fully, with strength, with clarity, and with peace of mind. And I know change isn't always easy, especially when you've spent decades doing things a certain way. But the beautiful thing about being in this stage of life is that you have the wisdom, the experience, and yes, the power to make choices that truly matter. So I want to leave you with this. Don't ignore the signs your body is giving you. Don't brush off fatigue, forgetfulness, or discomfort as just getting older. Those signals are there for a reason. Listen to them. Honor them. Respond to them. Your health matters, not just to your doctors, not just to your family, but to you. Because every extra year you gain with vitality and independence is a gift. Now, if you found this video helpful, and I hope you did, please take a moment to let me know. Drop a comment below and share one small change you're going to make starting today. Maybe it's drinking more water, or scheduling a checkup, or simply paying closer attention to how your medications make you feel. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear from you. And if you think someone you care about would benefit from this information, go ahead and share this video with them. Because sometimes all it takes is one conversation or one video to spark a life-changing decision. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel too. That way you'll never miss the next video filled with practical, empowering advice designed just for people like you. People who want to live their best life after 60. Because aging doesn't mean slowing down. It means stepping into a new chapter, one full of wisdom, purpose, and possibility. Here's to staying healthy, strong, and independent at any age. Thanks for watching.